I don't know where we're going. I'm out of my comfort zone. Hello, my name is Martin and welcome back to another video. I'm here with the Northern Monkeys again. We're somewhere, where are we?
Burnley.
Lancashire. I don't know where we are. It's a bit scary and I can't breathe. It's not I'm not acclimatised to this place yet. Anyway, they're going to take us on a brilliant location. We're going inside. I'm going to show you now. It's a mine. What sort of, is it?
It's a mine or is it
a fire clay mine?
Fire clay.
What we're going to go in, is it the mine or is this a tram road?
This is the mine.
This is the actual mine. Right, okay, so we're going to go in this mine and apparently there's fossils in here. So we need to get ready and we'll go in. Ow. Hard hat, gas meter and a set of overalls. I've never felt so professional in my entire life. Anyway, let's crack on. Down there where James is. I'm going to turn the camera around. Take the badger hole there. Which way do I go? Feet first? Well, this sounds interesting. Which way do I go? Feet first? Right, you might have to get the camera, James.
The track there. You might have to grab the camera off Martin behind so you can crawl through the...
Feet first?
Feet or head, whatever you're comfortable with, mate. Well, you change the game and come through backwards.
That's a real camera as well.
We're in. I'll just point that down there. So that's exciting. So you've got that one. Bloody hell, you've got another one there.
Hey, them first tunnels, Martin, we had a look down and they don't go too far.
Right, so apparently they don't go far.
No, they don't go far then, Martin.
Lead on, McDuff.
The main one's there.
So this is a fire clay mine?
Yeah.
Okay, so fire clay mine. Boff is telling me that, because I said what's fire clay used for, just like myself up there. It was used apparently for bricks, chimney pots, blast furnaces, all sorts of stuff. I suppose specialist bricks, but this place is amazing. Ooh, and that's just collapsed on me.
I'm used to that, Martin.
A little bit unstable though, look at that.
Look at this for a coal seam, boys. Like, if you don't look, you're not going to get it. Yeah. Look.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the thickness of the coal seam. Can you see it? It's
right.
not even a millimetre.
Yeah.
And not only is it not in a millimetre, it's not in one steady band. It's just like spread out like a millimetre here, millimetre there.
Oh, you mean that little tiny?
Yeah, that little. That's coal, Martin. That's
this thing here.
That's
coal.
coal.
Finger there.
Look, yeah, you can get it. You can take a piece off.
Yeah.
Look, it's coal.
Wow.
It's just not there in an amount what would be worth them mining it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's quite unstable if you look at this.
Oh, it is massively unstable.
Yeah. So
you can do that with your breath.
Not the best, is it? So fire clay, as I learned, is used to make bricks that can withstand high temperatures. So bricks for chimneys, bricks for kilns, bricks for blast furnaces, that type of thing. So that's what fire clay was used for and why it was sought after. Now there is a close association between coal mines and fire clay mines. A bed of clay is usually associated with each coal seam, and many collieries had an on-site brick and tile or pipeworks attached to make use of the fire clay that was brought out of the mines. We think this one had a sister mine as well in Burnley. Guessing this place closed around about the 1920s, 1930s. Oh, look at that, it's a sheep that, isn't it?
Yeah. Front of its thing's missing, isn't it?
You get a lot of foxes and stuff, don't you?
They're wandering like, yeah. Wow. Look at this. Wow. Look at the layers there though. What's that rock? Is it
It's shale. It's
shale?
all shale. I don't
It
know.
looks almost wood, doesn't it? It looks almost like rotten wood.
Yeah, that does, yeah.
Yeah, doesn't it? Look at that. Yeah.
Look, Martin, these are what we were checking. Look at these nodules. Can you see the circular depression up in the shale there, where something perfectly round has just fallen out? Yeah. Same here, look. Do you know what I mean? There's actually one. Can you see one there? These are nodules. What form?
Do you think that's sort of fossil in it?
No. Well, we don't actually. They usually like have ironstone content. Over on the other hill where we found the ironstone mine, them is what we were looking for to get iron out of to smelt. We don't know if these ones contain iron in them. But I'm going to take one home with me to roast and see. Do you know what I mean?
See what's in it.
Yeah,
see what comes out.
Just see if to see if it turns magnetic.
It's like Mars.
It's an different world, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like being on Mars.
Look at the wall, though.
Bit of water in it, and look at these stalactites here. It obviously took a long time to form them. Bit of ochre here, and we carry on going downwards. So how deep are we here? Well, good question. It's very hard to tell. We went into a kind of a drift mine and the hill was rising behind us and the mine is now going downwards. So I'm going to guess about 100 foot, maximum 150 foot at the deepest level. Right, we're going onwards that way. Looks like we're going deeper and deeper into the mine. Let's crack on.
You can do your vacuum, wouldn't you?
That's what I mean. You have to be short.
Oh yeah, this underground stuff gets you, bro.
Little junction here now.
I love this one.
Little junction.
Like a really nice pile of ochre as well.
Look at that.
It's got like a little lake on top.
Wow. Nobody's doing that for a while.
You alright?
Have you just gone, Bruce?
Hello, this is the first time.
Oh, that feels good. What's that? One felt in there. That's a little bit like.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know what that is, but there's no reason for them bubbles to be there. Do you know what I mean? It shouldn't. Like, what's that chiseling them out now? There'll be ones on the floor if you look. I like checking all them in ceilings because I know you get a marine layer just above the coal layer around here, you are highly likely to find fossils on that line.
It is an interesting roof though, look at that.
There's all sorts to look at.
What shit, yeah.
Coal?
It's plant matter. It's almost coal, James.
So
remember the little 1mm seam what we've seen?
Yeah.
In the wall there, look, can you see it side on, the little 1mm seam?
Yeah.
That's what this is. So like whatever's forming them ripples and them lines is happening when it's creating the coal.
Yeah.
So over 300 million years ago, that is being formed in. It weren't coal then; it was still plant matter.
It still looks almost woody in places.
No,
It
well,
looks like the bark of a tree,
that's
doesn't
what
it?
we thought
Yeah.
at first, Martin. But
Yeah.
then, if you look at this, look at the lines. Look, you'll have it going whap whap whap, and then look, what different? Do you know what I mean? It's more like fern leaves, or do you know what I mean? They don't follow the same. Do you know what I mean? Them ones are going down that way.
Yeah.
That one's going finger. But we've seen this, we've had some of this on the floor, you know, all them ridges and them lines.
Yeah.
If you pick a piece up, certain parts of it, it's 95% coal.
So there's a proper change in rock there, isn't there? Look at that, you can see the sandwich there of the rock, can't you?
Where one meets the other.
Where one layer meets another layer there. That's going to be a fault, and that's a fault up there, isn't it, going up there, surely?
Yeah. Is that where it's changed angles over time?
I think so, yeah. You've got two pieces of rock that have met there, I think.
Yeah, you can
push together. Kind of going through a different sort of rock now, I take it.
But you know what, you've still got the core.
Well, we think we are, we're not sure, because obviously we're just on a journey of discovery here. Okay, so as I say, it certainly was a journey of discovery. I'd not heard of fire clay before, and I'd certainly not heard of a fire clay mine. So I'm going to read you a little piece here about the geology that will explain things, and I had to read it to learn myself. The underlying geology of the West Pennine Moors area is carboniferous in origin and forms part of the Lancashire coalfield. Millions of years ago, the area was occupied by a large but shallow river delta or swamp on the edge of a tropical sea. As water levels varied over time, a repeating sequence of forestation and flooding formed layers of rock, shales, coal and clay. Is this where we say we went in a mine human bones found? Yeah. I'm sure that's got to be an animal.
Yeah, of course.
No, member at Royal Family, that Martin.
Unless you know something, Bruce.
No. I know nothing.
I know nothing.
Yeah, definitely an animal, Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Foxes live around here, obviously.
Right.
They're probably coming here regularly.
Oh, he's probably brought something in, hasn't he?
Yeah, when we get to the end, there's like more or less a skull, a bit of a leg. Yeah, it's dragged it real far into the fair. I don't know why it dragged it that far.
It's too far to that side.
So what have we got here? We got something here.
It's like, I'm not sure what it is, Martin, but it looks amazing. It looks like something out of Lord of the Rings, like a bloody eye or something. It's different. You know yourself. You walk down the tunnels now. You've seen what some fossils are like, and you've seen some of the stuff.
Jesus.
That is some sort of, what is it, boys? That is sat in the coal there. Look at all the striations coming off it. All the, do you know what I mean? Everything like seems to radiate away from that. So is it some sort of fossilised plant root, or is it a coal ball? Is it a marine ball in situ? Do you know what I mean? That might be. Like we're not too sure, but just look at all the lines radiating away from it. This way, that way, this way, that way. They all seem to.
As well, there, isn't it? And that looks like the eye of Sauron. Looks a bit. James, have you brought the tea?
Yeah.
We're almost at the.
He's actually brought a brew. About 55 of our having a brew in a strange place series. I bet you've not brought milk though, have you, or something?
No, we had to buy some, didn't we?
There's a shop down here. Where, did you see another eye? Yeah, there's another eye there.
Another eye, yeah.
Right, so.
We're starting to think that the marine balls, Martin, just because of where they are. James, can I have this little nodule thing? Put it in my bag to roast?
Yeah, of course.
I'll, if we can turn it magnetic, I'll give it you back.
Sorry.
Did James find that?
Yeah.
He'll charge you for that. Tight bastard.
It's a fossilised branch.
Yeah, so Bruce has just found a branch. Look at that in the roof.
Look, you see the way the lines are.
Yeah, it's got the knots in it, is it? So that goes there like that. You can see how long it goes there, along there. That is like a branch. I don't know if it shows on camera.
It's a bit difficult, isn't it?
There's a branch that's fell. Isn't it? A branch that. And you can clearly see the wood sat in the rock. What's that bucket?
There's no bucket.
I think it's the bucket.
It's the what?
Have you touched it? No. Oh, we're too early.
That's been there a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, we're out of time.
Don't carry much water now.
Yeah, we think someone's done that down to try looking around or.
Yeah. Look at that. Is that branch, do you reckon?
It's like, I'll send you a picture when we come out of here. The fossil man sent me a picture of what they look like, you know, when it was alive.
Yeah.
I don't know how, to be fair. I presume artist impression off of these.
And you can see where stuff sat in there. There's an indentation there, isn't there?
Well, look, there's all the bends. Can you see it bend on it? Like it's. Do you know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean?
That's what made me
Jesus,
think
it's
of
a
a snake, and then
branch.
it flexes
Look at
back
that.
again. It carries on
Swings
all the way
round to the
down.
side, And then, like for size-wise, look at the size of this one here there. I think it goes from here to the wall, look. Bruce, you think it's the same one, look?
Oh, look, there's some on the floor.
The airkeeper
Yes,
just
you see
lined it
it.
up there. That's it. That's the inside of the
That's
fucking
fell out.
line. There was a piece of the reverse cast. The positive impression's still in the ceiling.
So that's the actual branch that's fell out in it.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, it's like being in the remains of a forest, innit? It's like you've seen branches on the ceiling that haven't quite turned to coal yet. Absolutely fantastic. And like Boff says, 300 million year old probably. You know, things prior to animal life. Sound like I know what I'm on about, don't I? Anyway, are you making that brew, boy? So, it's in Kipper.
Stop fighting now, get the brews made.
Stop fighting now, time for a thing. Have you brought the stuff?
Yep.
Have you brought milk?
Yeah, I've brought milk.
Next time for his
You've even
wardrobe.
brought cups. Oh, he's a good lad, isn't he?
See, I'm definitely helping James against Kipper.
A little brewing in mine.
You know what? Take everything back I said about you, James. You're not an arsehole at all. Milk as well. What are we on, coffee or tea?
Got both. What do you all want?
I'll have whatever's easiest, James.
Oh, the tea, James. You know, I've not brought a teaspoon though.
Ah,
Eccles cake.
Oh, Eccles cakes.
yes.
Have you made them?
Yeah, homemade.
Lancashire, isn't it?
Homemade.
You package them yourself, do you?
Got my grandma to do them.
Don't make me a cough tea. Is that mine?
Yeah.
Right. Well, this is very civilised, isn't it? Is this the first for you having a brew in a mine?
Definitely.
Definitely a first, yeah. I'm still going to bring my Cornish pasties.
So you've got a bit of a Cornish pasty theory, haven't you? In fact, it's not a theory, I think it's the truth. So tell us about
The truth,
Cornish
Connie,
pasty
what?
moment with James. Ready? 300 foot underground
So
Cornish pasties.
they had the Cornish pasty. You have your Cornish pasty, don't you? And you have the big crust at the bottom.
Yeah,
So their hands would be a lot dirtier than mine.
yeah.
And they'd be holding on to the big piece of pastry at the bottom, eat it, then they just throw the big piece of what is it? Pastry.
Just smack the nail on
Really?
the head.
Because you won't want all that you've got on your hands and your mouth.
You just call Kipper a bastard.
That's 100% what they were used for.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, these thrown away with
So the
dirty hands.
Cornish pasty had its own little, its own pastry envelope. So we'll just have a little reading on the gas detector. It's not gone off. Let's have a quick look. Undo it. So it's saying, if you can see that, 20.9. I'll just point the finger at the light at it.
Sounds like it's better than the air outside, doesn't it?
20.9, and that's down here. If it's a mine, there's no tram lines in it, is there? Did they just literally come in and just knock it out and must have carried it out?
So some of them do have tram lines going in.
Yeah, but this one doesn't, does it?
So much shit has dropped
It's
off the
just
ceiling,
one,
wouldn't it?
no.
Unless the tram lines are covered, but it must. Was it just a really, really early mine where people came in and just knocked hell out of and then brought it out? It doesn't seem like an industrial mine, does it? There's no machinery, there's no tram lines, is there? Now I spoke slightly too soon because we did start to find little bits of clues of industrialisation down here. I think there's been a fair few collapses in here, which isn't a reassuring thought, but we did start to find bits and pieces of clues of like I say, mechanism.
I think it defines what we just said, Martin.
What's this? I wonder if that was a rail. No, it's not a rail, is it? They used to put logs like that up in the ceiling, didn't they? But it was a wide expanse, and if they could, it was called a singing
Yeah.
support something. And if it started
If
to
it
crack,
started creak,
if it's
you get
yeah,
out.
you get out because the roof's coming in.
Somebody told me that one the other day.
The roof did come in, Martin.
That's why they didn't like the steel props, apparently.
Right, because they didn't let you know. They just must have
Yeah.
bent them. Doesn't they? Look at that, it's gone. Right. Well done, lad.
No.
I think there's been a bit of a collapse here.
Nature's done that.
Yeah.
Look at the circles though. Look how perfect they are.
Boff has found another fossil. So, you know what is that?
Martin, I don't know what it is, but
No, you know what? It almost looks reptilian skin, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In fact, I would say that was reptilian skin, that.
Well,
because look at, you don't get that on a leaf, do you?
circles, perfect. 300 million years ago, like the planet was a very different place. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it doesn't look planty, does it? It doesn't
No,
look,
it almost looks man-made.
doesn't it?
Do you know what I mean? Look at the lines, look at the things.
What's underneath it?
It's going to be like a sort of the same pattern.
You know what? It could be. Oh, look at that. It's just incredible, isn't it?
It's beautiful. You can see the circle one with the finger, look Martin, this is where it just come from. I just took that piece out of the roof. You know, in case anyone tries saying, oh, you've created that pattern yourself.
Yeah.
You haven't, it's been there in that rock for 300 million years.
Wow. That way. It's like being in a prehistoric forest. Well, not, but you get the impression that you're walking in what was. You're joking, is that a branch?
Yes,
Oh
mate.
my
It's a
God.
fossilised branch,
Oh
my
my
friend.
God.
You both just literally walked over it.
Well,
just
take
then.
a look at that outside. So that, is it almost rock?
Yeah.
Hang on, I can hear this.
Jeez.
You see the mad pattern there?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Crazy, isn't it?
You know when you do the
Is
open
that-
cast mining on the surface?
Yeah.
When they do the open cast mining on the surface,
Yeah.
Oh, look at
they'll
it.
come across stuff like that. They'll be still stood up, Martin, like a tree. Like so,
wow.
because the coal's a lot softer, they'll remove the coal and then you'll still have what looks like a stone tree stood.
So I was asking about tracks and any signs of industry down here. We finally found where there would have been like a cart rails. Fantastic! Look at this. So we finally found evidence of where there'd been possibly a track for the mine carts. Like I say, this roof is so flaky. I think quite a lot of it has buried the floor, and I think we found a little bit of a track or piece of a cart or something, a piece of metal down there anyway. But I finally found me evidence of mechanisation, which is what I wanted to see. And then on the ceiling further down, strange yellow powder on the ceiling. Is that sulphur? I don't know. It really is full of interesting stuff, this place. It really is. And look how flaky the walls are. It was absolutely fascinating geology down here. Not that I'm an expert, but as a layperson coming down here and just looking and learning and taking it in, it's brilliant. Right, so I took the lights down there, did a bit of the old underground art installation, messed about with the camera, took some stills. Now, just to know, if you watched the live stream I did with the Northern Monkeys a few weeks ago, we talked about a fossil that they found in a different mine. It was in a marine ball that got opened by an expert, and they found an old, millions of year old fish in it that was going to go to Manchester University. So just at the end of this video, I'm going to show you the other half of that fossil and the fish scales. Fascinating stuff. Right, we're heading out. Proper sweat on here. Proper sweat on. I think as you get more towards the surface, it gets warmer, doesn't it? It seems to. It gets cooler down further down in the mine. Anyway, almost out. This is where it collapses.
This is where we say goodbye, Martin. Breathe in.
I've not got your stomach.
What's that poo just in front of you?
Where?
Simon's poo.
Oh, you're loving it, aren't you?
No!
Just go backwards and walk
Very,
backwards.
very close.
Where?
Then you nailed it.
I've not had that.
No, you just missed it.
Right. You should have put a little post in it.
A little.
It's just had a ping. I've got a signal on my phone. That was quite good, that. Enjoyed that.
I'm putting that back. Kiss on cheap before you go.
We all are really, aren't we?
Yeah.
I've got my playing out gear on. But I'll get done when I get in, because when I put this in the washer, it's going to wreck it full of iron. Look at this. What? So I don't know if you remember the live stream I did with the northern monkeys. We talked about fossils. So there was one particular one, brilliant one, that found inside a marine ball.
Marine ball.
Marine ball. So we're going to show you that now.
Yes.
What's it called again?
It's Rahabadermia.
Rahabadermia, and we've got it here.
Got it.
Is this the bit that's going to the museum?
No, this is the bit we get to keep. It's only the cast, not actually the fossil itself. The fossil
Also the other half of it?
Yeah, it's like
Right.
the outcast of it basically.
Nice
We
one.
got to keep that piece, so we'll show you that now.
Right. So where did that come from? Well, these are marine balls, and this is inside a mine, a coal mine. You see the marine balls in the roof, naturally occurring phenomena. Some of them have fell down onto that track. Used to wreck the machinery in the mine. This is from the Burnley Mining Memories group on Facebook, so thanks to them. The boys found one of these marine balls, actually gave me one. It's about as wide as my waist, and it weighs, God, maybe 10 kilo, maybe even more. But they had theirs, they broke theirs open, and inside they found that fossilised fish that you see here, and it's got that little like that little snail on the side. I don't know what that's called, but this is fascinating stuff. Anyway, it's going to Manchester Museum. We survived our first trip underground with the northern monkeys. I don't know where we went, somewhere deep underneath a hillside. Thanks, boys.
Yeah, welcome.
Thanks for watching, take care, see you in the next video, bye.
See you, mate.